Good evening. Today I will be reviewing this activity named Dress to Impress. This activity was found in Dave's ESL Cafe Idea cookbook. I'm going to read it out loud first. It says, I used this activity with 4th grade and 6th grade Chinese students. It worked well for both, but was easier and more successful with the older class. After teaching a lesson on articles of clothing out of the book, found that none of the vocabulary was sticking with them. I ransacked my closet and the markets in town to find funny looking hats, pants, shoes, shirts, or any of the other objects the class was learning about. I brought them in and cleared the center of the classroom to make a runway. I asked for a brave volunteer and then took him out of the hallway and let him choose 2 or 3 pieces to wear. When he came back to the classroom, I turned on music, and for 30 seconds or so, he could strut the stuff in front of giggling classmates. Once the music stopped, the first person to raise their hand and could tell me what the dressed up student was wearing. Example, Henry is wearing pink shoes, a green shirt, a big yellow hat. He or she would be next to get walked down the runway. So, the first thing I have to say about this activity, I think it does a good job at having the students engage in the material in a fun way, something that will keep their interest going. But I don't think it does enough to have them practice the vocabulary itself. First off, my suggestion would be to review the vocabulary before she does this runway. Before you do this runway activity, maybe write it down on the board and have the students repeat after you each of the words. That might be like a basic idea for what teachers do for new vocabulary, but I think it's probably the most efficient one in this instance, at least together with the interactive activity. Another thing I would probably suggest is have the students give the students a student page in which the vocabulary is written down, and there's also an image of said clothing items, so that way they can associate the word with the concept, more thoroughly understand each of those words and each of those clothing pieces. And something that I will be adding on my rewrite for this activity is I would have these students write down sentences with the people modeling the clothes. Like the example that was in the text, Henry is wearing pink shoes, a green shirt, a big yellow hat. So the students will write down sentences with their classmates' names and what piece of clothing they're wearing. I'd like to say thank you, and that will be it for my critique. Have a good evening.